Danny, another pre-season workout complete. What's your verdict on that one?
Yeah, I think it was good. Another step in the right direction. Obviously played 120 minutes in the heat and divided the game up, so both groups got another 60 minutes in their legs. I think it was good progression from the Burton game that we played on Friday. At the end of the game they did some fitness work as well, and then some strength work, so the boys have had a good day. Certainly got some really good physical returns from them. I thought in the first game, if you want to break it down to two games, I thought they did really well. I thought obviously to go 2-0 up at half time was good. I thought a lot of our work against the ball was really positive. I thought we pressed the ball really well. I thought our counter press was really strong, and as a consequence we got a good control in the game and carried real goal threat. In the second game, I think a lot of new relationships, a lot of new partnerships. Maybe lost our way in certain times. It wasn't ideal. We obviously lost Brown in the first game, and then that meant we had to change things, and in the second half we had to play in a slightly different system with a slightly different shape. And to be fair to the players, we haven't done so much work on that system, and it probably showed.
Was there anyone out there who impressed you specifically?
Yeah, I think there was a lot of good performances in the first group, right through the team. I think Clark and Sean did well centrally. Clark's been excellent in the last two games. He was terrific against Burton Albion on Friday. He was really good again today. I thought Sean Williams gave us real control and real experience in a number 6 role. That right hand side of Kieran and Tunney and Marcus Harness is coming together and looking a threat. I thought Marcus was excellent today. Carried a real goal threat all game. So yeah, lots of good performances, lots of positives. Particularly for the one that scored the 2 goals that probably we can't talk too much about. But no, it was good, and you know, again, should also recognise John Marquis's work today, because I thought he, particularly without the ball, he set the press. Played with a real energy and gave us real intensity at the top end of the pitch.
Obviously it was 3 goals conceded. How will you and the team work to stamp those out?
Well, I think it was 120 minutes. Like I said, I think the best way to kind of appraise the game is almost in 2 matches, because we obviously played 60 minutes, so at 60 minutes we're 2-1 up. In the second game, there was just a couple of issues with us defensively. To be fair, Callum Johnson was playing right centre half, slightly out of position. We had a very young back line. And just a couple of times we jumped out to try to get up to our man. Didn't affect the play, didn't win the ball, didn't even delay the play, and as a consequence left a gap. And to be fair, their second goal in particular was a well worked goal for a really good bit of combination play. But no, without doubt, work to do in that area. The real positive for us is the physical returns that we've got from it. The fact that they're starting to see some relationships and partnerships growing, and you know, against another championship team, the first 11 they've beaten QPR now, and then they've beaten a very good Bristol City team. So I think there's a lot of positives to take from that. We like to play these games in the way that we do because the physical returns at this time of the season are so important. So it's really important that we get good fitness into the players, and now they've all done the same going into the rest of the week. So it allows us now to be able to push on in training, and then obviously we now go into a game against Luton on Saturday, game against Chelsea on the Tuesday, and then a game against Peterborough, followed by I call them a mop-up game against Bournemouth for anyone that still needs the minutes. So, yeah, it's good at this moment. We're moving in the right direction. We've still got a huge amount of work to do in terms of recruitment. Still a number of players short from where we want to be. There are players that we could sign today, but they won't take us to where we want to go, and I'm not willing to compromise. So when we are where we are, I think you have 2 choices. You either sign players now that maybe can't take you to where you want to go, or you're brave and you're patient and you wait and you hope that there's better value and more more that comes available closer to the end of the window, and ultimately that's the strategy, and that's what we've decided to do.
Talking of that second game, Marley Francois, a Bristol City player, scored our equaliser, which is something pretty rare to see.
Yeah, he did really well. I think he did just fine when he come on. Obviously, we'd picked up Brownie's injury, and what we didn't want to do is play anyone beyond 60 minutes, because at this stage it's really important. We've got a really clear method of how we work, and if we'd have played anyone beyond that, then we would have likely to give ourselves some problems. And as well as that, you're not allowed, once a player comes off, you're not allowed to bring another player back on. So once they've played and come off, you can't bring someone else back on. So we obviously lost one of our players at 90 minutes, as you probably saw, which meant that we were a player short. So yeah, at the moment we're not able to use our academy players. So yeah, we picked up one of Bristol City's players, and he did just fine.
You said earlier about the Championship opposition. This was your third test. You've got Luton, you've got Peterborough. What do you think it's important to test yourselves against this calibre of opposition?
Absolutely. For us, we want the pre-season to be as tough as it possibly can be, and we want the hardest games possible, because it's ultimately the better the team you play against, the more feedback you get. And you kind of get that instant feedback against the good teams, because they really ask a lot of questions for you, and if we can get the questions asked now, then we'll be able to find the solutions during the pre-season period. And also, when you play against a good team, it just cranks the treadmill. The treadmill turns so much quicker, especially against Championship teams. So that will put us in good stead for what is to come in August. And we want to get to a point that we go into the fixtures and the league fixtures where it almost feels easy, because pre-season has been so demanding.